Not 8:40 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. Anthony. Mondays. Am I right? Oh man, how did I mess that up? I think I know. I think I know exactly how. I was mucking around, scheduling all these over the weekend. Pink Shirt Guy probably had one too many cocktails in the afternoon and was getting everything scheduled, and then forgot to update the time. So, thank you for those of you who are here right now at 5 p.m. Eastern. And also, thank you for those of you who are going to be joining us at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. I won't be here, but I will be in live replay spirit. I'm so sorry if that was confusing. We only have 4,000 viewers instead of the normal 8. So it's about half drop off. That's okay. We've got Tech Destroyer, Andrew T. Weller. Yay, you're here. I'm so happy. We got Mom, DTL, Kathleen Falls is in the house, Mac the Knife, and Ravik. What's up? Tech Destroyer, Justin. Good to have you on board. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm so glad this could work. I mean, not that it wasn't going to, but I didn't realize until Ravik said, hey, live in 3 hours? This is weird. And then I realized I completely screwed that up. So I will go and check to make sure that all the rest are here at your regularly scheduled time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, no, Linguafile. And it's not going to cook at 9 p.m. That's I'm going to be in bed at 9 p.m. But all right, we're here. This is great. I'm ready for a cocktail. I hope you are. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We made it another week. This is week 7. We are now, probably week 8 or 6, depending on where you're at. Maybe even, even farther. But yeah, it's officially week 7, I think, here in New York. I think. I don't know. Every week I kind of forget, like, when did the official, hey, don't leave order come out. I think this is our official 7th week start. Like when Lauren and I, Mrs. Pink Shirt Gal and me, when we started quarantining. Well, and Bailey, the 3 of us. So, no, not talking to you. Anyway, I hope your quarantine's going so well. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Back at work, back at it. Let's get a cocktail going, but first, a song. Oh, I love it. Every single time. Okay. We're going to do Negronis. And you know what? I'm going to make scratch Negronis. I'm not going to use my bottled special blend of Negroni. Maybe I should. This is usually pretty good, and it's the exact same thing. Oh, no. I want to use... Yeah, we'll do this one. It's a good one. Chris Collian, yep. Getting the cocktails ready. Bill Woods, good to see you're here. What are we cooking tonight, Tech Destroyer? We're doing... Okay. Let me get this going first. So, first of all, I know we've done cocktails. I know we've done Negronis here on the show a few times. They are my favorite cocktail. But I often get them up, which we've never done here on the show. We always have them on the rocks, which is a common way to do it. But, okay, tell me, that's number 3, right? I'm pretty sure that's number 3. I hope it is. But I actually like getting them up sometimes. It kind of depends on the location and my mood. Right now, I'm in an up mood. So, yeah, Rial, I'm so sorry. Wait, what do we get the cocktails ready? Oh, get the cocktails ready, please. Yes, it's coming, it's coming. Yeah, depends on my mood. So, right now I'm in an up mood, so we're doing an up cocktail. It's just the exact same thing, an ounce each of gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. And that's it. But I was going to say something like really deep, really heavy. But I can't remember what it was. So we're just going to forget I said anything. Losing ice chips here. Pew! I have big updates. I made bread. Okay, let me get this cocktail, then I'll tell you what we're making, and then I'll get to the bread update. I think it's over there. Because it's big, it's huge. This is huge. I made bread. And then we broke bread. and then we ate it, and it was actually good. I kind of say that. I'm a little bit surprised, but I mean, not really. Okay, hold on. Had to go for the slow pour that time, so Craig didn't say like, whoa, hey, he's not chilling his glasses. Jason Chatfield, yes, it is, isn't it? Oh man, it feels so good. I've been trimming it every 2 or 3 days, just a little tiny bit, just so my bald spot, the one where I forgot which number I was on the clippers and went 0, so that can catch up. So I think we're almost there. What is a haircut? Yes, this will be so good. Okay, oh, I need an orange. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, Jason's gonna have you back, man. I missed you. Real, yeah, I'm level 3. It's been a big weekend, level 3. Craig is always worried about the temperature of my glassware. And that, you know what? It's good to have somebody worrying about my glassware temperature. Mother, no, you cannot make this cocktail with seedlip. Well, no, you can't. I mean, you could maybe pretend, and you could use seedlip in place of the gin. The Campari, you can't. You could do some sort of really bitter. You know what? The answer is no. The answer is no. You could maybe fake it, but it wouldn't be really close. Oh, actually, Mother, yes, Mrs. Pinkshirtguy just reminded me that we have these little red bottles in the fridge. These are, I think they're from Pellegrino. Oh no, is it Pellegrino? Yeah, it's Pellegrino, and they're called San Bitter.
You can get them on Amazon.
You can get them on Amazon, SANBITTER, and they're it's red, so you get the color right, and they're kind of bitter, not real bitter, but a little bit bitter, and with a little tiny bit of sweetness. It actually, I mean, if you don't want to drink, or if you want like an alcohol-free Negroni, that would be I think your closest bet. I mean, yeah, I would go with it. San Bitter is the name. Super good. And they're quite refreshing. Just a little tiny bit of sweetness in there, a little bit of bitter, and they're bubbly. That's the only thing, is they are carbonated, so you got to work around that. But I think you'll be okay. All right, Mrs. Pinkshirtguy, your cocktail is here. I'm going to pre-cheers them. Cheers.
You know, I was just thinking is that maybe for Friday you should do. Have you seen Ina Garten's cocktail?
No, I've not seen Ina Garten's cocktail.
On Instagram, and it like went viral. She basically was making a quarantini.
Oh, quarantini, yeah.
But it was like as big as her face.
Okay, so I'm getting the suggestion here on Friday. Maybe we should do.
I'm sure someone's seen it, Andrew.
Yeah, to try to do the Ina Garten Quarantini giant glass, I think, that she's drinking out of. So we're going to have to do that. Anyway, cheers, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome back for another week. And aren't we all excited? Okay. I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited to be here, but aren't we all excited to be in quarantine anyway? We're done with cocktails, right? Yeah, done. For now. Okay, what was next? What do I owe you? Oh, what we're making today. Palmzana. It's a potato dish where they're sliced super thinly on a mandolin and then cooked up a little bit with some butter, a little bit of thyme. We might throw beets in there just to get them out of the fridge. We don't have to though. And then put them in the oven for a little bit. And it basically comes out, it's almost like a scallop potato pie, but it's not like with all of the cheese, like a scallop, like a gratin, like that would be. It's not as cheesy gooey. It's more refined, like potato, butter, and some flavor in there. Super good. And it's also really easy to make. So we're doing that. And because I needed to fill up a little bit of space in the middle of the show where we're going to have to put it in the oven for like 20-25 minutes, we're making a salad in between. So it's going to be kind of a poor man's version of one of my favorite, it's Mrs. Pinkshirtguy's favorite salad from Hillstone or Houston's restaurant. They have a like rotisserie chicken with mint and kale. So we're going to be massaging some kale today. It's going to be really super sexy, really fun. I can't wait to show you. But anyway, cheers, cocktail time. Let's get that going. Chris, we will have to mic her up at some point. We'll bring her back. Yes, I know. Yes, Andrew. Okay. Oh, the bread. Let me give you that update. So first of all, Daryl's doing well. Thanks for asking. He is still bubbling away. Let's switch here so you can kind of see. Still bubbling away, looking pretty good. Been feeding him every other day when I remember. But yeah, he's good. I mentioned the first couple of days he smelled really funky, and then after that, it smells like bread. But I made bread. So this is Daryl Jr., DJ. And it's not perfect. So I don't want to hear any complaints about the size of my boule, okay? It's a personal problem. So here's what I did. I made a half recipe-ish of the Bouchon Bakery's sourdough boule. And then I also changed the recipe because I was just working with some different constraints. So first of all, I think the smell is totally sourdough. It smells wonderful. It's kind of a medium mild sourdough. It's not like over the top sourdough. Love it. Second of all, I think look pretty good. It's standard square cut pattern, which is standard for a sourdough boule. Okay, A+ for effort. Now, here's where things got a little bit hairy. The crumb on this bad boy, I don't think measured up. And I think it's because I kneaded it after it was supposed to not be kneaded. So this bread requires very little kneading, just enough to kind of get everything mixed up. But then I was like, well, it looks like I should knead it. I don't even know what that looks like. And so I kneaded it. And I think that might be why it's pretty tight in there. Secondly, I don't think I cooked it long enough, because instead of just putting it in the oven, I put it into my red Dutch oven, the Le Creuset thing. I put it into my Le Creuset Dutch oven and spritzed some water in there and then capped it so it would get steamy to let the top kind of grow. And I don't think it cooked for long enough, because this kind of almost looks like it's not quite, doesn't it almost look like it's unbaked a little bit? So anyway, it needed no kneading, Jason. You are right. It needs no kneading. But I needed to. So anyway, the taste though is great. So I'm going to still use it. I might make croutons out of it or some crostini or toast, because it's thicker. Anyway, not bad for a first effort. I'm going to make more. Don't worry. In case anybody was worried. So that's the status of my my little yeast factory here. Thanks for asking. Okay, let's make potatoes. Funny guys, real funny guys. This is me and my Jason. Okay. I love my mother. It's my favorite person in the world. Okay. So, Palmzana, I need two things: a discard bowl and then a water bowl. Very few ingredients, but which is bad because I want to empty out my fridge and my pantry's starting to get overflowing for me. But then number two is I got to use up these potatoes, and this was a great way to do it. So that's what we're doing. Mother, how did it taste? Oh, it tasted really good. Actually, I mean, it tasted good. The crust could have been browner. I think Bill just pointed that out. But flavor-wise, like, it had a little bit of sourdough to it. It was enough. I actually liked it. I know I sound kind of surprised there, but I do. The thing I'm gonna change up for next time though is I need to not knead it. Gotta peel it. Oh, my peeler. In with the cocktails. Oh, and Andrew, yes, that's what all those fun little bottles are for. It's for the vinaigrette. Or for the dressing for the salad. I don't know what I'm doing, so we're gonna be kind of making it up as we go. I know that I taste in their salad like a sesame oil, and so we're gonna try to do that. That's all I know. Sharon, hello. Kale says, how are you doing? Yeah, so Mom, here's the deal. It's not really on my essential list either. I don't love it. I like it. I think it has a place in, like, again, for the texture, and that's what this salad is going to be. is more of a texture thing, more of a conveyance device to get the dressing into my face. All right. Peeling potatoes reminds me of my old army days. Back when I was a kid pretending to be in the army. Good, one down. Yeah, with a name like that, Francesca, it's either Italy or Jersey. So I figured Jersey. Good to have you back, by the way. Welcome back. What else are we missing here? Yeah, looks good. What other updates do I have for you? I went on a run this weekend. That was fun. It was like the first nice day in a while. What else? Not dead yet. Still here, still kicking, thankfully. Bill, your best bread recipe is called Nearly No Need. We need to hear about it. Just what I needed. Needless to say. You can do more potatoes, you can do less. We're doing a pretty small one here for this Palmzana. The way that this is gonna shape up is, it's like a little pie. We're just gonna kind of stack all these little potato slices. I might do actually 2 more potatoes. We're gonna stack all these potato slices on top of each other and kind of overlap them a little bit, and they'll turn into like a little pie. I'm gonna get 2 more potatoes. Don't go anywhere. Okay, that was fast. Boom. All right. I'm really liking the Up Negroni, by the way. It's kind of nice. It feels a little bit more refined. It doesn't quite feel like as refreshing, you know, than a drink on the rocks, but it's still, you know, zesty and bitter. Good. Good. One more, mainly because I got to get these out of here. All right, this one has some eyes on it. That's all right. Pinch those off. I don't know if you could probably use other potatoes, like these are russets or Idaho, whatever they're called. Idaho potatoes. Yukon Golds might be kind of fun. I don't think I've ever tried this with anything other than like a russet or an Idaho potato. Kind of a waxier, a starchier, flourier potato. I'm guessing the waxy one would be pretty good too. Why not? Give it a shot. Okay. I don't know why I spun it and put the thing on it. They're not moving around, and they have holes in the bag. It's not like I'm keeping them fresh. It felt good at the time. Okay, so now let's mandolin these guys. We're going for 1/16, the small version. That's the big. If you have a glove, like a Kevlar glove, go ahead and wear it. Or if you have the actual guard that I lost, then return it. Just be careful, because these bad boys are super sharp. Don't cut yourself, Anthony. You'll notice I'm turning it. I like turning it every few swipes. We're getting close. I'm gonna go stop there. Turning it every few slices kind of helps it stay even. I noticed, and I'm also not pressing so hard, also keeps it even. But like after a while, if you start cutting down and then you get way off base, and then you end up with like much more of an oblique cut. So don't want that. See, like that. Now we're a little bit off base here. Whoop. Yeah, there we go. Just don't cut yourself, Anthony. That's why I'm also not having too much of my cocktail yet. Good. And you also don't have to cut the entire potato. I mean, you can if you want to like use most of it, but when you get down to these thinner ends, that's a little bit harder to shape for the Palmzana. Yeah, don't look if you're nervous here. I'm not looking. Just being super careful. I used to have a glove, and I used to have the guard that went in here too. Use the guard. That's always just safer, smarter, better. Kimmy, we are making Palms Anna, which I don't even know what the French or the English translation is, other than like potatoes Anna? 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 I don't know. But it's basically like gratined potatoes, I think. I don't know. Like they're sliced super thin, stacked kind of on a kind of scalloped around a pan with some butter, a little bit of thyme, maybe some other flavors too, and then baked for a little bit to kind of finish them up. And it becomes like a potato pie. And I'm putting them in water to A, prevent them from browning a little bit, but also B, to help get some of that starch off. Because I want to just get a little bit off so they kind of crisp up a little bit. Rial, I could stick a fork in it. That's actually what the guard, like the guard that goes on top of this has metal spikes that go into the food, and then you just run it down there, and it's great. Had I kept that, I would be using it right now. For a while, I did have a Kevlar glove. That was fun. Except I never trusted it, so I was still a little bit nervous. The nice thing is they are super sharp, so if you're careful and kind of just use steady motion, you can run it down there pretty well. It's when you start fighting it, like if a food's too thick to cut well, just don't force it, or definitely use the guard. Okay, now we can get the yeah, fingertips grow back. That's right. All right, that's good. I don't know what to save these guys for. I'll put them in the discard pile maybe. Anybody has an idea, let me know. I would just throw them away, but sometimes I feel weird like, oh, let's throw stuff away in front of other people. There's kids out in Africa that would kill for that. I know. Okay, so now we'll strain those out. Perfect. And you can set that there. I don't know if you can see. Can you see if I do that? Can you see like the white murky stuff? No, maybe not. Anyway, you can kind of actually see like a lot of the starchy stuff down here. It looks like cornstarch, just not in a slurry form. So that's what we're trying to get rid of a little bit to crisp up the potatoes. Okay, now why don't we get a fresh towel, put them out to dry for a second, and melt some butter. While the salons are closed, the mandolin offers exfoliation at home. Yeah, Mac and knife. I'll just run my hand right down it. Paisley, you can freeze them and save them for stock. Oh yeah, smart. I actually have a vegetable bag down in my freezer that I could put them in right now, which would be smart. So maybe I'll do that. You don't have to do this. I think it just helps get some of the water off, but you know what? This is going to take all day if we do this. So we're just going to do this. We're going to do this version. I know we have all day here, but I'd like to, if people are actually going to cook this at home, I don't think laying them out one by one on a towel is going to be economical from just a time perspective. It wouldn't make any sense. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to use a small pan. This guy's maybe, I think this is, I don't know, about 8 inches or so. And why don't we swap the potatoes and this? Yeah, I feel like a blackjack dealer too. Just hit me. Well, blackjack dealer wouldn't say hit me. Okay, let's get that on. Let's melt some butter. So we don't have to be exact here. Some butter is fine to melt. Real technical term, I know, some butter. What I would do, so we also need to melt some butter, some more butter to like pour in there. Let's do this. Let's get real fancy here. Let's do, okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna melt all this. I'm gonna pour it into a little jar, and then we'll be able to use it as needed. So we may not use all that butter, just in case people are scared, but to the people who want to use it, I'll use it all. That's part of why we're doing this dish. The potatoes, they're okay. It's really for the butter. Oh, and let's put some thyme in there. Why not? Even if the thyme doesn't make it into the final dish, just having it, like melting some butter in there, I mean, melting the butter with the thyme, it'll give it a little bit of flavor. I always try to, anytime we can like try to infuse some sort of flavor somewhere, I like that. Okay, do we need more butter? Maybe some more butter, because that's a lot of potatoes, right? Just in case, I can always save the extra butter. Like there's gonna be extra butter. I love that. All right, so 3 tablespoons ish. All right. What else? I was gonna tell you about. Oh, the salad. Oh, I sous vide the chicken. It was phenomenal. Super good. I just did that this afternoon right before the show, and had a little bit. Gave my dog some as well as a T word, and she loved it. I loved it too. So highly recommend sous videing the chicken breast for the salad dish. Do I need to say salad dish? No, just the salad. I could say second dish to mean the salad, but salad dish, just that's all you need, Anthony. Gosh darn it. Verbose on a Monday. Not much has changed. Give them the doggo, says Rial. Oh, for the potatoes? Yeah, probably. She would hate it. I could put it in like chicken stock, have it soak up, and then give it to her. She might like that. All right. This will be for the butter. These are getting kind of dry. That doesn't really matter. Oh, we've got, oh, let me make sure. Hold on, bear with me. Let me make sure my notifications are turned off. Just so you guys don't get inundated with annoyances. Okay, there we go. Because I care about you. This is good. If the butter just happens to brown a little bit at the same time, that's okay too. Mash them and mix them with something else. Oh, you know what, Real, that's a good idea too. I could mash them, mix them with something else. Yeah, I really. Okay, fine. So there's things I can do with them. I'll do it. Ugh. You changed my mind. All I'm doing is melting butter. Big kitchen tasks this afternoon. And then I'm gonna put it in this little jar. We'll put the thyme in there. Then we'll start putting the potatoes in. It'll be perfect. Okay, that'll be good. Kimmy Cannell asks, when is Epicurious coming back? Well, they're still publishing videos. Yeah, they're still publishing videos. So they're there. They never left. They aren't recording new content, at least in their studios, but then they have had, at least on their Instagram channel, check them out, Epicurious. I think it's just Epicurious. They have a ton of content with their whole cooking. I think it's called Cooking at Home. No, Cooking Through It. That's what it is. So Cooking Through It. Go check that out. I think that'd be pretty good. Or I think it is pretty good. It's basically like what to order or like what to buy at the grocery store and what to make. That's really flexible stuff. So, all right, hold on. Because I don't want to make a huge mess. You don't need to do this. You can do this over the sink or on a counter. I just don't want to leave you guys, so I'm just putting this down just in case I make a mess. I could also get a bigger jar, but perfect. All the way in. And the time too. Why not? Cool. All right, now we're left with some butter on the bottom. I actually need a little bit. Get things started, just to kind of coat the bottom. And now, let's get going. So I like to just keep the heat on a little bit, like over low right now. And let's start shaping. So start with one in the center. Can you see that okay? Oh yeah, right here. And then we're gonna start going around, just grab a whole handful of potatoes and kind of cover each one by about half. This is, so I got this recipe, or initially this idea from Thomas Keller's French Laundry Cookbook. And surprisingly, like that's a very, crazy restaurant in terms of their food. Like it's very good. But this dish is super simple. So if you have the cookbook or want to buy it, it's great. But this is a great recipe to start with, I think, because it's pretty accessible. Like you don't have to buy hundreds of dollars worth of truffles to get going. So anyway, that's all I'll say about that. So make one little loop, and then now we'll go into the second row, and we're gonna be, again, cover each potato by half, at least, and then also the row outside, or the ring outside of it, cover that by about half. All the way around. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just grab a handful, start laying them down. Okay, I think that's another row. And then once we get the basic shape, I'll just go crazy and go back out and kind of do another round just to keep things even. I like when it kind of piles up a little bit. I can't remember if the initial recipe said that, but okay. So we've now covered the entire thing. I'm gonna do a whole nother layer again. And that's, I guess we could put in, why don't we put in some salt and some thyme, some more thyme. A little bit of butter, why not? Salt. Because these potatoes have not been salted at all. Good, one little layer there. And let's go. I'm gonna start at like 12 o'clock and keep working my way around. Oh, I am gonna heat up my oven too. I'm gonna heat it up to 450 and then we'll drop it down. Actually, no, we'll keep it at 450. I'll see if I can speed up the cooking time a little bit. What did Ravik say? Ravik, well played. You're having frankfurters that weren't made in a specific region of Germany called Frankfurt. Does that mean you're just having sparkling sausage? Oh, yes, I think so. Sparkling sausage is that's a great phrase. You don't hear often enough. All right, second row. Yes, I'd like your finest sparkling sausage, please. Non-vintage is fine. I only drink the real stuff, the Frankfurter. Could you imagine getting like really specific about the kind of sausages you eat? Like, almost like if you were a wine connoisseur, like, no. I don't drink any of that American sparkling sausage swill. Oh God, only the real Frankfurter. I love the idea of people being very picky about things you shouldn't be picky about. Okay, second layer, let's get some salt in there. Why don't we pour some butter in too? Perfect. This makes me happy. It's the little things, and in quarantine, dude, you gotta be happy. It's so easy to get mad, I think, at everything else in the world, but it could always be worse. But I keep trying to remind myself. Okay, that's good. We're just gonna keep doing this. Keep layering them up. This is the most boring part of the show. You're welcome. I know everybody really wanted to sit here for 20 minutes and watch Anthony just play with his potatoes. But you know, that's what we're doing today. And then we'll make a salad. Then it's gonna get real. We could also call it too. We don't need all these potatoes. Like we've got a pretty good base layer going here. When did I change my hair? Asks Kimmy Canal. I changed it kind of by accident on Easter. So a couple Sundays ago, I was just giving my regular old hair a trim. I did the sides and back. Lauren helped me out. It was great. And then I thought maybe I'll just take a little bit off the top. And I totally forgot. I was trimming away with my beard trimmer buzzer thing on like number 18 and like the longest it'll go. And I forgot what number I was on when I was like cleaning it out, went back to 0 and then just started buzzing. And I drew basically a 0 line. Like it's growing out now, so you can't really tell as much. But that happened, and then I decided just to buzz everything else to match. That's why. So a couple weeks ago. And then every couple of days I've been just trimming it a tiny, tiny bit just to make the difference between the long hair and the short hair less. And we're almost there. I think tomorrow will be the last day that I have to like trim it, and then we'll get back to normal. So you could add more flavor in here, by the way. You could add herbs if you wanted to, add rosemary, thyme, whatever you want. You could put some cayenne pepper in there for fun, spice it up a bit. Some paprika to give it some color. I don't know, do whatever you want. I think Thomas Keller puts in like prunes because he's apparently just cooking at old folks' homes. I tried that and it was actually pretty tasty. Oh, I know, I was gonna put beets in here, but I didn't. Forgot. Okay, I'm gonna do just this last layer. We'll call it good. I'll pour the butter in. We'll get this thing sizzling and then off in the oven. Then we can make our salad. Okay. I'll put this in the same place as the other potatoes. You didn't see me totally spill those back there, did you? Good, okay. Didn't see a thing. These aren't the taters you're looking for. I will need this. We are going to be playing with, or maybe doing a little cutting. Okay, so let's get this guy wrapped up. There you go. Is that easier to see? Better, okay. I'm going to pour the rest of this butter just in here. We want to have, this is going to be cooking with butter and potatoes, but that's the whole point. It's going to taste real good. Spill what? Exactly, smile over die. Yeah, nothing, I didn't spill a thing. I may want more butter. I think that's okay. We'll call. Almost there. I just want it to kind of sizzle a little bit. I want it to be hot enough so that when I put it in the oven, it's already kind of cooking a little bit. Oh, thanks, Kimmy. Yeah. Well, Lorenzo and I are two of my favorite level 2 male chefs on Epicurious as well. I'm sure he's a great guy. Okay, so Andrew, don't look, but cabbage is one common ingredient in, I think it's in the salad that we're gonna make. I don't have cabbage, so I'm going to just cheat and use like a few Brussels sprouts. Andrew, don't look away. Plug your ears, earmuffs. But that's what we're doing. Okay. Oh, let's do that first. I knew that was coming. Yeah, don't look. You didn't see anything here, Andrew. No. Shoot. Walked right into that one. So if you don't have a mandolin or a little V cutter thing, these are, by the way, these are like 25 bucks on Amazon. They're super useful. They cut things really well. And if you don't have one, just use a knife. Just cut things thin. That's what we're going for here. I'm going to switch around this 16th inch to the 1/4 inch side and just cut a few very carefully. Good. you know, that's probably good on that one. Again, I'm not here to die. I'm not here to lose my fingers on live YouTube. Again, this is more of a do as I say, not as I... See, look at it. I lost control of that one. These guys are a little bit harder. I don't want to risk it. Good. Yeah, see, we're just going halfway. Just the tops. Good. All right, cool. That's... Yeah, I know it does require warning. Brussels sprouts may be involved. I forgot about that. Oh, and I got peas coming up later this week, Andrew. So just look away for that one as well. Or just omit the peas. Pretend they're not there. Okay, so we're just... This is my little cabbage here. We're just... If I ever say, this is my little cabbage, again, with the air quotes, just punch me. Right in the face. Just reach all the way through. A good punch should do it. Oh, this is my little cabbage. No, thank you. But I'm just splitting this up a little bit here. This kind of adds just a little bit of crunch. They're related to cabbage anyway, so think of the ratings. Yes, I don't want to see blood either. Super careful. I'd have to get a glove or put like a rating on it. It's rated B for Brussels sprouts or blood. Okay, that's pretty good. Again, I'm only making 2 servings of this. I don't know why I said again, because I don't know if I said that before, but we are only making like 2 small servings. Oh, now it's starting to bubble. Do you hear that? Can you see that? Oh, look at this. And it's moving as like one whole thing. This is what you want. You want to be able to shake it and have it stick like it's a pie. Oh, so excited. Mon petit chou. I don't know what that means. Did I just cuss in French, Bill? Okay, we just want to make sure they're not sticking. And I don't think they're sticking. I think I'm going to add... I think it'll be okay. All right, so it's bubbling. Good. Time for the oven. 30-minute timer. Just in case I forget about it. That's good. If you have regular cabbage, use that. You could also use a giant mandolin or a V-slicer on that as well, or just be safe and use a knife. Well, you can also be safe with a mandolin. It's really not that dangerous. Just be careful, or use the guard. That's how you be safe, actually. Now I remember. If you don't love kale, that's fine. I don't. You can skip kale and do... I mean, it's going to be different, but you could kind of cheat and use like just use a nice lettuce. Like, the regular romaine lettuces are kind of janky, but or not for this. Actually, you know what? Now that I say that, romaine might be good because it's got that really hard crunch. Or like an iceberg, again, 0 nutrition value, but might be kind of good because it's got some of the crunch. And I think that's what you really want, is a crunch and dressing conveyor device to your face. That's what this object is going to help us with here. Or skip salad. Yeah, that's the other option. Yeah, if you want to, yeah, let's see. Yeah, either romaine could work. Yeah. Good. I'm going to do one more. If you have nuts, use them. Cashews would be good in this, but I don't have any. So we might try to make something up here. Hello, Stevie McDonald's back. Welcome. Gonna try to make mayo. Good. Good luck with that. All right, you're going back in here. Into your home. So I'm gonna give this a chop, like a fairly rough chop first. And you can kind of beat this guy up. He can take a beating. Every little extra bit helps. Yeah, Kimmy, you could totally make this as a side dish with dinner tonight. It's good. And again, so kale is or just use some sort of like very crunchy, green. Like the leafier lettuces could work, but I kind of like the crunchiness of these particular ones. That's why we're doing it. And also cabbage, if you've got it. Brussels sprouts, you can cheat. That's fine. What else are we going to use here? Oh, and then we're going to kind of fudge our way through the dressing. I don't know exactly how they make theirs. So we're just going to kind of have fun with a little bit of sesame oil. We've got some rice wine vinegar, maybe a little bit of honey. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Okay, I'm cutting this up because I don't want giant, well, this isn't that giant. I don't want bigger pieces like this getting in people's faces. You know, like it's nicer when everything's the same size and you can just put your fork in there, stab a few things and get it in. It's no fun with like the salad and you try to shove it in your face and it like hits your entire, goes around. So that's what we're trying to avoid, is that feeling. That's like enough, that's enough for 2 people. That might be a little much, but we'll go with it. All right. And then you just throw this straight into the garbage. Okay, good, good. Let's try to make a dressing. I think I'm done cutting things, right? I might grab some nuts. I think that's it. Done cutting, I'm gonna rinse this off. And we'll be back after these messages. Still haven't made up any sort of like 15-second, video to play right there. That would be good though. That's maybe next weekend's project. Since I'm from New York, I could make steamed hams on stream someday. What are steamed hams and what are they? A, what are steamed hams, and B, or I'm sorry, steamed hams, and B, what's the relationship to New York? I've never heard that. I mean, I'm interested, don't get me wrong. I just don't know. I've never heard of steamed ham. Unless it's like a really common thing and I'm just really dense. Well, that's probably true too. It's a good bet that that's pretty good. All right, since I don't have, it's a regional dialect. Steamed hams. Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. It's a new thing. Who hasn't heard of steamed hams? That's another funny phrase, like just steamed hams. I love it. Oh, it's a reference to a popular episode from The Simpsons. Oh, okay. All right. This isn't gonna work. I need to whisk. You know what? We'll just do it. Okay, so I'm gonna use this apparently to make dressing. We'll see if it works. I've never done it this, but since Daryl, my sourdough starter, is taking up my little Pyrex bowl, and that's pretty much one of the only bowls I have, we're gonna be making our dressing in this little guy. Roast pig, that would be so much fun. And also really exciting to try to do in a Manhattan apartment. We'll see what we can do. Do we need some more light? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Okay. So let's put a little bit of this in here. This is toasted sesame oil. It's about a tablespoon and a half, maybe. We'll go with some. So I'm going to cut this with a little bit of vegetable oil. Actually, yeah, I'm going to cut it with a little bit of vegetable oil as well, because I don't know how strong of a toasted sesame flavor we want. I think pretty strong. Oh, Kimmy, if you're gonna make this tonight, use mint. I'll add mint to this. I don't have any mint left. Oh wait, let me check. No, I don't have mint left, but definitely add some mint. This recipe calls for it. It's so good. Just do it. Trust me. And then a little bit of rice wine vinegar. Well, here's the deal. I'm just gonna make a bigger batch of this stuff. Burgers. Texted my father. Yes, we got burgers this Friday. And let's do a pinch of cayenne. Just add a little spice. I'm skeptical about this, but I think a little bit of sweet, and we'll do some honey. So total amounts, we're probably doing about 2 tablespoons-ish of toasted sesame oil, about the same in vegetable oil, and then like a couple of teaspoons of rice wine vinegar, a pinch of cayenne, and then let's just put a little bit of honey in there, like a half a teaspoon. I don't want it that sweet. I just want a tiny bit. You know what I mean? We'll see how this tastes. Oh, maybe some soy sauce. Give it a little salt. Oh, man. Is that? I feel like that goes in there apparently. I feel like we need that. Okay. I'm gonna put a little soy in there too. This works. It'd be so great to get just a little bit more out of my fridge and out of my pantry. Okay. No, actually, this works pretty well. I don't know if it's the honey that helps emulsify it, but it's not too bad. Okay, cool. We might use this on our steamed hams. No, cutting it with vegetable oil was a bad decision. I think we need more toasted sesame oil. Yeah, that flavor's just good. Oh, you know what? Peanut oil would have been good. Maybe that's part of the deal. And doesn't need more sugar, maybe a bit more bite with a little cayenne. Just a pinch. Just one pinch. All right. I think this will be okay. This isn't like the greatest vinaigrette in the world, but I'm not going for the greatest. I'm going for second best. Okay. I think I'm about as close as I can get without peanut oil. Because this isn't bad. It's got that nice toasted sesame oil flavor. I might do a little bit more soy sauce for like a slightly saltier punch. But other than that, I think it's okay. I think it's good. Yeah, why not? Okay, so I'm gonna get some nuts. I'll be right back. Hold on. After these messages. Here's my nut box. Why don't we do sunflower seeds? I got some of those. Cashews are what's on the menu normally, but I don't have cashews. It's the one nut I don't have. And I don't know if you guys remember my whole thing about kale last week, but kale benefits from sitting with, unlike most other greens, it benefits from a little bit of contact with the dressing to help break it down a little bit, help the acid in there break it down. If you don't want to put the actual dressing on, or like if for some reason it wouldn't taste as good later, I don't know why that'd be the case. You can probably always put this on. A little bit of lemon juice or some sort of acid will help break it down just a little bit. Bill, I don't think I need the mustard to emulsify it. Like, look, that looks pretty good to me. Like I'm kind of surprised. I don't know what happened. I didn't put an emulsifier in unless honey acts as an emulsifier. I don't know. I just don't know. All right. Let's toss this salad. Get a task. And again, you could probably do this, pardon me. You can probably do this like a few hours in advance. I don't know how the Brussels sprouts will hold up with, you know, sitting in contact with the dressing for a little bit, but this is actually pretty good. I mean, the kale will be just fine. I don't know what I meant by this is pretty good. All right, so let's give it a little stir. You could also, as I mentioned in I think in one of the other streams last week, you could massage in to the kale. You could do that. You don't have to. I've done it before. It does help break down like kale's crunchiness, and it actually tastes a lot better, I think. So give it a shot. But you could also just let this sit. And oh, and I've got the rotisserie chicken. It's not rotisserie, it's sous vide, but it's so good. Who really cares how the PS will hold up? There's Andrew. There's probably one person out there who cares. That's it. As long as one person does. Okay, let's just taste it to see how it is on the actual grains. Kale, yummy. All right, let's get a little salt in there. That's not soy. Good. Okay, that's good. Now let's put some chicken in there. Let's get my sweater weather chicken. Oh, so good. So this I just cooked this afternoon. This was from the same chicken we cooked on Friday. I broke down an entire chicken, which I recommend you do if you can. Like if you want to get stock out of it, especially. But I think this chicken tastes so good. Like this is some of the most flavorful chicken I've had. It doesn't taste the same when it comes like in a pack of breasts. That's like totally neutral flavor. There's not much going on. This tastes good. Like you can taste the bird, which I think is important. We have one kale lover in Sharon. Yay! I'm waiting for the psych. That'd be great. Okay, give that a stir. Let's add some more. I think we want to bulk this salad up a little bit. Yeah, Kimmy, if you wanted to change the flavors around, go for the honey mustard vinaigrette would totally work here. You can kind of do whatever you want. I'm going for a copycat-esque version of the Houston/Hillstone one that I love. Yeah, that's it. This needs mint and it needs cashews. Otherwise, I think we're getting pretty close. How we doing down here? Oh God, it looks so good. Bill, oh F, yes. Video of chicken butchery. It will come. I didn't do anything on it this weekend. I meant to just cut it down. Yes, I will do that tomorrow. I committed to it. Now it's out there live. Now I've said it, so I don't have any choice. All right, let's double check here. Yeah, kale is really good. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this stuff. The dressing. You gotta really sell it, Anthony. The dressing is so good. There we go. I think this is pretty good. I think it'd be a little bit better with some mint to kind of brighten it up. We could throw some thyme in here. I'll do that. But otherwise, like that's pretty good. And thanks for letting me kind of make this up on the spot with you guys. I knew the general direction I wanted to go, but kind of had to feel my way around for the actual ingredients. Okay, a little bit of time. If you really wanted to be picky, you could pick off like each individual little tiny green thing. Most of these are coming off just the greens, but some of them have like the little side stems. That's okay. It's just me and Lauren. Good. Oh, that one came out perfectly. Yes, look at that. Crushed it. Celebrate the little wins, Anthony. I will. Okay. Done. You can add some more chicken if you wanted to bulk this up, or just leave it. That's good to go. Let me plate that and get this Parmesan out of the oven. Did I buy enough time? Hopefully it's done. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, back in the nut box for you. Yeah. Let's put the chicken away. And now let's bring out the potatoes. I think I have a while left on the timer, don't I? We're just gonna try it anyway. Why not? I have 10 minutes left. Why don't we pull them out? Let's see where they're at. Oh, Kathleen, do your potatoes get some grated Parmesan? They could. Oh, you mean angel dust? Oh yeah, they might. Okay, let me show you where these are at. They're getting there. I like it when they're a little browned, a little more brown. Whoops. That's the fan, don't want that. I like it when they're a little more browned, but we could, let me take the temp on the inside, see if we're kind of, I want to see how warm we are kind of in the middle here. We're pretty hot. We're like 200 degrees inside there. Yeah, as long as we're not cold. Okay, so I think they're cooked. I think it's good. We could brown it up a little bit. I could bring out the torch, but you know what? Maybe not. Maybe not today. We'll go a little bit lighter and we'll put some grated Parm on there. Just for you, Kathleen, because I kind of like that idea and I want to see how that works. Grated Parm. Let me whip out my cheese drawer. That's hot. Don't touch that, Anthony. Torch. Oh, we're getting a vote for the torch? I could torch him. Just a little bit on the bottom. All right, I'll torch him a little bit. I think that's just one vote. I'm like, okay, I'm sold. Okay, fine. Maybe just, yeah, let's just a little bit. I'm getting a little too much attention on the center. They don't normally need to set. I don't know, I pulled these out a little bit prematurely. Let's just, but like if they're cooked, I think they'll be okay. What I'm expecting is when I flip them over, when I like invert them on a pan to, for like the presentation part, I think the butter's gonna run. That's okay, because I added a little bit of extra. But I think besides that, I don't think I might need to reshape it just a tiny bit, but I don't think I need to let it set. I haven't before. So I don't know. That's the short answer is I don't know. I didn't before, it worked out okay. Maybe we'll let it sit for a minute while I play with this and then that'll be it. There's a lot of moisture coming off of those. It's really not doing too much. There's so much moisture coming off that it's not working. I got a little bit of toastage here. I got some burnage there. We're gonna call it, I don't want to sit here all afternoon and play. Maybe later. Oh, that nice little, yes, Andrew, I will try to make little pie slices out of it. Yeah, that's the goal. So I want it to be kind of mushy enough, like where it kind of gels together. And I'll give it a little shake right now just to see where we're at. It feels pretty solid. It feels pretty good. I think this would be okay. Let's flip it. Let's find out. You go there now. Okay. So let's get a plate. Now the fun part is, if you have like a more of a gratin dish without a handle, that's going to be a lot easier to do this next step. Yeah, Ravik some gasoline, set them on fire, done. But we'll try to make this work. But again, yeah, like a little gratin dish would be nice, a little baker, that works well. I don't have anything like that, so I use something with a handle, but that might get in the way of us flipping this over. We'll find out. That's kind of my motto. We'll find out. Let's just try it. Let's just see. I'll have to do like an offset present. Okay, just get it over with, Anthony. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. I kind of like this. Now again, we could have let it go a little bit farther. That would have been fine. It would have browned up just a little bit more. How is this for light? Too much, too little? Oh, now it's some dramatic lighting here. Yeah, okay. This actually looks, this looks really good. I kind of want to put like something green on top of it, like, if I had chives, that would be really good. Maybe some thyme actually in there. But, oh, that actually looks really good. Okay, I'm going to try this. I want to cut into it right now and try it. Even though the plating actually, like, this is okay. So, here's the deal. If you want, you can use a little bit less butter in the cooking of it. Well, you can use this amount, that's fine. But when you flip it, just be aware that a little bit may seep out. That's expected, that's normal. For presentation purposes, if you wanted a paper towel a little bit and like dry it up, totally fine. If you like the totally sexy, clean look, I don't mind this. The little slightly sloppy look to it, that's fine by me. Although, let's get some parm on top. Now we're going off book for Kathleen. And I like it. This is just potatoes, butter, and salt. And then I infuse some of the butter with thyme. So it totally smells like thyme. It smells awesome. And now parm. Oh, the parm has a nice, I kind of like this, the angel dust, because it actually it like absorbs a little bit of the butter when it hits it, and then we don't feel like, oh, it's sitting in a pool of butter. No, it's not. It's sitting in a pool of parm. Okay, any more tools I can whip out? I think we're good. I think this is pretty good. I'm gonna cut into this because First, let's try this out. Because I know everybody wants that. Okay, small portion, let's just see what it tastes like. I'm kind of excited, even though I know kale's not my or everyone's favorite. I'm mostly having the chicken too. Okay, not bad for like a quarantine knockoff version of Hillstone. I'm just putting a little bit of salt in there. This is pretty good. The chicken though is my favorite part. That was just sous vide this afternoon. Okay, that'll pass. I like it. I'll just put that over there. I'm running out of space. This is becoming so messy. And now for the... What am I doing? Yeah. Now for the most important part. Let's see how this turned out. Oh, man. It's like crunchy on the edges. Shut up, Anthony. Keep cutting. And soft on the inside. That's kind of like me. Okay, again, a little bit of green stuff on there might be okay, like a little chives might look pretty, but taste-wise, let's see how this thing goes. Oh. That was worth it. That was worth every minute. Oh my God. So this is super good. The potatoes are fully cooked. Any more time actually would have been fine. So we probably could have let it sit for another 10 minutes. I think it was in there a total of like 20, 25 minutes. And then it maybe rested for 5 in the pan while we played around with the toasting and the flipping. But holy smokes. So I've done this before a little bit longer, and it does brown up a little bit more. So if you want that color and a little bit more depth to it, go for it. But you know, after 20, 25 minutes, this is pretty damn good. I love this. Like the thyme flavor actually comes through. That makes me so happy that that idea worked. All we did was infuse a little bit of thyme in the butter, and then we poured it in. Holy crap. And Kathleen, the little bit of parm on top, angel dust, super good. Oh man, this made my Monday. Oh my God. So there we go. I might have to do this again with like 3 more pounds of potatoes I got to use up. Okay, there you have it. I'll leave you with this. We did it. The salad to kind of fill up some time and hopefully get things moving. And then the main dish though, and what I want you to leave here with is the potatoes. Unless you like salad better, in which case that's there too. But I'm gonna get this recipe up very shortly, probably tomorrow. I'll take a picture of it here in a minute. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been so much fun. Happy Monday, happy week 7 of quarantine. I hope you all are doing very well. This has been the highlight of my day. Let's dance off. Oh, man. All right. Take care. Have a nice weekend. Or no, week. It's not Friday. Cut. Let's do that again. Take 2. Do the whole thing over. All right. Take care. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. We'll see you tomorrow. Same place, 5 p.m. Eastern time. What are we doing tomorrow? Crap. What did I just posted a video on YouTube that says what I was gonna make, and then I totally forgot. Pomzana. Oh, that's right. I'm doing like a platter with prosciutto, some asparagus, some homemade croutons with Daryl Jr. and some poached eggs. Yeah, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Maybe I'll change it up. Maybe I'll cook up some of the steak I've got in the freezer. Okay, you know what? I'm just very happy that this turned out. I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful afternoon. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. And when we get voice